Hey, I'm Mark Clem, your host for Meet the Members of the National Ski Patrol, and like we always say, all season long. Hey, we're not in the season yet, but we're getting there, and just a few days away. They're expecting snow flurries, and all in the east and the mid-Atlantic, and out west is already getting dumped on snow. So, hey, folks, get them waxed up, get them ready. We're all doing our online training. Hopefully, it's pretty much winding down, and we're going to be clicking in and making turns very soon. Again, I'm Mark Clem, your host for Meet the Members of the National Ski Patrol. Hey, we're into season 5. Can you believe it? 5 seasons of doing the Nationals or Meet the Members of the National Ski Patrol. Even Craig Larsen can count to 5. Wow. Didn't even know that. Hey, folks, this is another first for Meet the Members of the National Ski Patrol. Never had 2 guests on at the same time. So we're breaking barriers and being innovative and all that. But the 2 guys I have on today are working miracles within the Eastern Division of the National Ski Patrol. These folks are ensuring that tomorrow's ski patrollers are trained today. And we have with us the Eastern Division Director of the Young Adult Patrollers, Craig Larsen. Craig, give us a wave.
Hey.
And then we got one of the legends of all times, titles unknown, horizons to be found, and pots of gold at the end of the rainbow are near. The legendary Chris Tota. Chris, can you live up to all that?
I mean, I'm looking for the gold. I haven't found it yet, but I thought you were describing yourself right there. But
no, the bandwagon can take you to the gold. It's gone many places with social distancing and everything. 2 in the back, 1 in the front. We're 6 feet.
The bandwagon, baby.
Again, Meet the Members of the National Ski Patrol here entering season 5. This is episode number 6 of season 5. We're talking again with Eastern Division YAP Director Craig Larsen and Chris Tota. Where do you just start? Chris, where do you patrol? Tell everyone out there.
Sure. So I patrol Wachussett Mountain here in Eastern Mass. This is my 14th year patrolling, believe it or not.
Wow. And Craig, where do you patrol?
I was at Bel Air, which is in Southern New York.
I'm at Wachussett Mountain as well, right here in the center of Massachusetts.
Wow, the Wachussett Mountain duo. Everybody that's anybody, it seems to me, comes from Wachussett. I think if I go there, I may become a somebody. Holy cow. Got to get up there. Okay, let's get into the nuts and bolts. Tell me about YAP, Young Adult Patrolling. Obviously, it's, the foundation of the National Ski Patrol. Start them out young, get them started early, and then with the ideals that they just merge into become adult patrollers, and we get 35 years out of everybody. Just tell me, Craig, start with the YAP program. What is it all about?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. The Young Adult Program is just that. We want to take those interested in the ski ride community, those interested in serving others, and turn them into lifelong leaders in the ski industry, and specifically the National Ski Patrol. We want to take young kids, 15, 16, 17 years old, 18 years old, and turn them into the next generation of leaders, both on and off the hill. That's what the Young Adult Program is.
Now, Chris, tell me what else the YAP's about, because everyone's got their little nuance of what they think the YAPs are. And what's your idealism view of what a YAP is?
Yeah, so for me, what it boils down to is that 3-letter word, fun. I think the best part about this program, I mean, we all have fun patrolling. For everybody that's on the bandwagon, they know. For those getting on, they'll find out. But patrolling is so much fun, whether you're doing mountain travel rescue or doing OEC or driving sleds. But I think the Young Adult Program brings that atmosphere of, hey, we're here to learn, we're here to be vulnerable, we're here to play, and let's have the best time doing it while we're all together and hanging out and improving our patroller skills, And I think anybody that's been involved with the young adult program knows when the apps are there, it's a great time. Everybody's having fun, whether you're the oldest patroller or a brand new 15-year-old yap. And that, for me, that's what it boils down to is we're having fun because we wouldn't be doing this. Anybody wouldn't be patrolling if it wasn't fun, you know?
Now, unfortunately, I'm older, obviously, been around, been patrolling. I think this is my 28th year. So it wasn't the young adult patrollers when I started, it was the junior patrol. Tell me how the junior patrol, if it has evolved when it became the young adult patrollers. Did anything change from way back when till now?
You know, we went from the junior program and it got changed over to the student patroller program. And now we're at the young adult program. I think the mission has stayed the same since the beginning. We want to create leaders in the NSP. We want to take those who are interested and bring them into the fold.
Unfortunately, I wasn't a junior patroller. I wasn't a student patroller. I got in the game. I've been skiing forever, but I just got into the National Ski Patrol a little late. And are you guys former YAPs or students or juniors, whatever?
Yeah.
Yes, I started as a young adult patroller. It was student patrol back then.
Right. How about you, Chris? You started out, right?
Yeah, I guess my mountain, they called it interns, but it was the same thing, student patrol. And been there ever since. So I think all of us have a little young adult patroller at heart, though, especially you, Clem.
Well,
you may not show it, but we know it's inside there.
I've not even grown up yet, so just put me down there. I'll take it. But I've seen the young adult patrollers around. I've been to some regional events, and it's like you say, it's just a ton of fun. So if you're going to have fun ski patrol, why don't you jump in early? How about that?
Exactly.
And just talk to me, Craig. Why? Well, you started. You saying it's teaching our young adults to be tomorrow's leaders. Why are you taking on the position as the director of the young adult patrollers? Why go to that direction?
Yeah, I started as a young adult. And as I look back 25, 26 years into patrolling, Chris, were you even born then?
I was born. We won't say how old I was. But.
Yeah. As I look back 25, 26 years, to those who influenced me when I was a young adult, to those who put me on the path for a love of the outdoors, a love of skiing, a love of the mountain. My dad was a patroller. My grandfather was a patroller. My brother was a patroller. We had several generations skiing the same shift, the same time. The memories that I have as a young adult, the experiences that I had on the hill as I grew up, those are things I want to give my own children. Those are things that I want to give teenagers who are interested in the program. I want to give them experiences where they can say, boy, I remember that day when we skied the powder, or I remember that day when we helped this guy find his contacts. I remember that day when the cell phone was lost, or when we get to a serious injury. I remember that day where I was scared.
There you go.
I want to give back.
That's right. So just talk about what a young adult patroller, there's everybody out there. The gist of this show was to get to know the members of the National Ski Patrol, what we do, who we are. We're just regular guys, 9 to 5, who have a passion for skiing. We take it to another level. But when you get into the young adults, you're introducing them to the game, obviously. But what is the difference between a young adult patroller and an adult patroller? Are there any restrictions or anything like that?
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
So, yeah, Mark, that's a great question because we get that a lot as a division staff. And even at the national level, that's a big question. So it really comes down to your local mountain, your local protocols. And even in the Eastern Division, you see a wide array of what a young adult patroller is and what they can do. So some mountains, once they do their candidate year and they got their cross, they got their OEC, they got their S&T or OET checked off, that's it. They're full patrollers. They can run wrecks, drive patients, the whole shebang. Other mountains, a little bit less. They're on the hill. maybe they're helping out, running scenes, hands-on patients, doing a lot of training, that type of stuff. And you have some mountains where they're really kind of just shadowing and learning the ropes. So I think the important thing to remember is that no matter what the local mountain protocol is and program for the young adult program, that all these young adults are training hard all the time, and they're working hard to improve their skills. And like Craig has said, to work into those leadership positions. And I mean, I'm sure everybody in the division and the nation that's seen some of these patrollers work, I mean, they blow senior away with no problem. You know, they give some of those certified guys a run for their money. It's really awesome.
Now talk about, we always talk about the retention of patrollers from year to year to year. How hard is it for retention for a young adult? Because obviously if they start out at 15, they're in high school. A lot of those kids are going to go to college someplace. And then in an ideal world, you want them to come back, you know, do what they can while they're in college and come back when they're out of college, get a job, stay patrol and all that. Just talk about retention of the yaps through those formative years, if you may call it that.
Yeah, we want to keep them in the fold. And that's, how do we do that? There has to be some flexibility there. You know, I was a former young adult. 25 years later, I'm still involved. Fortunate for me, I was a local boy. I went to school local. I had the ability to patrol during college. How do we keep young adults, those who are going away to college, involved? The key word is flexibility. We have to keep them involved, whether it's through the alumni program, and we say, hey, register alumni. You're going to stay involved. You're going to stay in the network. You're going to be in the loop. Keep your OEC certification. Don't let it lapse. Yeah. Just because you go away to school, find an OEC refresher, refresh. And then, you know, as mountains, we might have to be flexible and say, oh, you're in college? Let's curtail your duty days a bit. Maybe you don't do as many duty days. Maybe you just do duty days if you go home for Christmas vacation. We have to be flexible in our thinking because these folks are the next generation of patrollers.
Yeah, I was going to say that a lot of the mountains that I've kind of been associated with have been around. College kids got to get a pass. Hey, how much can you give me over Christmas break? No real restrictions on you. Give me 5-6 days and we'll see you again. In an ideal world, that has to be what you like to hear. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, and I would say a lot of mountains take advantage of those in between years when patrollers are still in college because, I mean, you look around, even I'm starting to feel it, you know, you get a little sore after a long, hard day of hauling sleds and setting bamboo. And, you know, the young adults and former young adults, those college-age patrollers bring some youth, some strength, which is really great, some vitality and energy to the patrol that maybe us older guys and girls maybe can't bring as much. But, you know, and I think a lot of kids, they're not kids, they're past young adults in college, you know, they put that time in during college break. I know personally when I was in college, those were my highest patrol days. I think I did my best season, I think it was like 48 or 49 days patrolling. Wow. I just spent every day. I loved it. You know, when you love it and you're having fun, you just put every day in you can, and it's awesome. You know, so I think while there might be a stigma of, oh, they don't do anything when they're in college, I would argue most of the time that's not the case. And you look around, you see, man, these college patrollers are really involved, and they may not be at their local mountain. They may be helping out at another hill or doing their refreshers where they go to school too. We see a lot of that around the entire country, not even just the Eastern Division.
Well, I know at our mountain at Whitetail, we love to see the college kids come back over Christmas because that's when we're getting slammed. And the more bodies, the better when we're getting slammed. And also, we get maybe one or more 2 turns doing that fresh powder in the morning that we might not get if we didn't have enough help there. So, hey, college guys, come on back. We need you. Just talk about, is there a home base? Is there a headquarters for the YAP? And how does that work?
Yeah, Instagram, right?
Instagram. So there's no one area, there's no one mountain where this is the YAP headquarters.
No, there really isn't.
No, and that's the beauty of it is, I think we have a really big program, and there's young adults all over. There's young adults that we don't even know about, that region advisors don't know about too. Every year, region advisors found out, oh wow, I have 6 kids at so and so mountain in my region. I didn't even know about it. So, and that's the beauty of it is they're everywhere, and they want to be everywhere too. People are interested about getting involved at every mountain.
Again, I'm Mark Clem, your host for Meet the Members of the National Ski Patrol. And if you're watching out there, guys and gals, maybe you're 15, 16, sons or daughters of current patrollers, come join us. Come have the fun. Yeah, I know we're not skiing right now. Not very many places are skiing right now, a couple in the Midwest. Why don't you just pick up the phone and call your local mountain and find the ski patrol director, or find Chris, or find Craig. And you know what? If you can't get a hold of them, I get it, because we do work regular jobs and we're making sure we survive in the pandemic here. All you have to do is log on to www.nsp.org, and the folks out at the national office, Megan and Beckett and those folks out there, they'll gladly steer you in the right direction. It's never too late, folks. You may have missed training this year, but we get you out there. We get you shadowing patrollers and having a lot of fun. So, hey, pick up the phone and, like I always say, join the club. Cell phone right there. There you go.
We're showing you an Instagram page. Follow us, Eastern Division Yap, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're everywhere.
Hey, if you want to find us. Hey, another thing out there, if you're an adult patroller and your son or daughter, why don't you ask them if they want, how much fun would it be to come patrol with your son or your daughter and make it a family affair? I mean, I've seen that everywhere, and that's kind of
right.
It's kind of how it works and evolves and keeps everybody going. So there's no home base, but there's many regional events out there. Talk about how many regions of YAPs are there in the Eastern Division, and how do you guys work together separately, but yet together, and then you come together again at the end of the season in a grand event?
Yeah, Chris, you want to tackle that, or I'll jump right in?
Well, you start us off. Tell us about the regions. I'll tell us maybe about how we get around a little bit,
Yeah, so in the Eastern Division, there's 15 regions. And each region, we are in the process. We're pretty close. Each region has a region advisor who oversees the young adult program within the region. Our goal is to have a region advisor who could actively promote the young adult program, maybe even actively go to various mountains and see young adults in action, go to mountains and encourage young adults to participate in other programs, in OET, in MTR, in EMM, in all the programs that NSP has to offer. So we have region advisors who oversee the region. And then at the local level, a mountain might have a young adult advisor at the local level who oversees what happens at the mountain level. Chris and I then oversee the Eastern Division, Maine to West Virginia. And we work together to make sure that we cover that area, that young adults are plugged in, young adults are tuned in, and we're connecting them to what NSP has to offer.
Now, Chris, we just got a pretty good overview of the 15 regions. Tell me about the big party at the end. Hopefully it's going to be at Smugs this year.
Yeah. So, and on top of that, I mean, we travel around, I won't say every weekend, but we travel a lot. I mean, on the average season, we're going at least 4 regions probably per season. I think our best year, I don't know, I think we did 7 or 8 different regions that we went to for region events in one year. And then it kind of all culminates, like you referenced, Mark, the Eastern Division Young Adult Patroller Seminar. And that is usually the 3rd weekend in March, the end of the season. We take all the young adults that want to come from Maine to West Virginia, and we have a big, we'll call it a party, right? A little competition, a little party, a little fun, a little learning, a little bit of everything. You can do a clinic track, an enhancement track, and hone your skills from the best instructors in the country. And you can do the competition track, put yourself against your peers, see how you guys shuffle out in OET and skiing and OEC. It's really just an awesome event. And I think the best part is beyond all the training, the learning, the competition, is you make friends from all over. Mm-hmm. And I know young adult patrollers from years ago that went I mean, still it floats around on Facebook now. These yaps are Craig's age. Like, hey, remember that seminar back in 1972 at Jiminy Peak? And I don't know.
72.
I don't know when you went, Craig, 72, 79, but you make lifelong friends from all over, and that's what the NSP is all about. So our event in March is really an awesome time, and like you said, we're hoping to go to Smuggler's Notch this year, and I know you want to talk about what the season looks like, so go ahead.
I know. I've never been to the Division Yap seminar, and I was in the bandwagon. I was on the way, and my wife kept saying, "Are you going?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm on the way." I started out. An hour later, I came back because the pandemic hit, and my wife said, "Well, that was pretty quick." Yeah, that was a quick trip. So I don't really know. Nobody knows what's going to happen this year, but I would like to emphasize that we're all planning as if we're going to have every program going on. We're planning for it now. If it happens, we can't have it because of the COVID. It happens. But am I right on that? Are we planning for it to happen?
You're correct. We're planning that we're going to run an event. We're planning that regions are going to be active. We're planning to have a young adult season. You're correct.
And I think the big thing, Mark, too, to remember is, like you said, we're planning. It's a question mark for the Division Yap seminar, but it's really going to come down to region and local events. What's going on in Pennsylvania a month from now, 2 months from now might be different than New Hampshire.
Right.
So we're definitely putting a spin and an emphasis on, hey, let's have the most bomb region Yap event we can this year. And if we have the Division Yap seminar, you guys are going to be prepared and be ready for it because you had such an awesome region event or an awesome local mountain event. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. Just, hey, a couple yaps from Whitetail and the other place around there get together, have a good time on a Saturday, socially distanced outside. That's really what we're planning for. So just with everything that's going on, it really comes down to that local and regional level. And we're definitely there to help support everybody in Eastern Division this year. Have the best YAP program regionally and locally they can too. So
now I'm all the way down here in Pennsylvania and Maryland, and we got a pretty good program down here. Liz Herman over there at Hidden Valley and Lauren Klosik at Wisp. You guys said you get around. I mean, you can go south. You can go south on 81, right?
Craig, I think there's only 1 year we haven't visited Liz at Blue Knob in the past, 6 years, right?
Blue Knob, Blue Mountain, I've been to those.
Oh, yeah. And, hey, Mark, I think one of my top 3 powder days of my life was at Blue Knob. And, dude, what do we get, 39 inches overnight?
Yeah.
I barely made it up, but it was awesome, So it does snow down south there. People don't realize that. But
the locals won't let the groomers out when it's powder.
That's good.
You can have it when we're done with it. So, well, anyway, again, we're talking to Craig Larsen and Chris Tota here, the leaders of the Eastern Division YAP program, the Young Adult Patrollers. Again, if you're interested, folks, if you've ever thought about it, if you're wondering what we do, how do you get involved, hey, just show up at the mountain. Say, I want to be a YAP. How you do it? I'm sure. Hey, can I ski around with you? Ask somebody one of the patrollers to ski around with you. Ask somebody to explain it. They may not be able to give you every detail of how it works, but you'll ski with those guys for a day and you're like, I guarantee you're going to say, I got to wear a red jacket. How do you get one? So that's where it starts. You got to make the first step and you guys will take it from there. Is that right?
Amen.
Now, in closing here, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk. Now, you're on my show, Meet the Members of the National Patrol. You guys got something pretty good going. The first Thursday of every month, I think it is. Talk about your live Facebook show.
I guess, Craig, you want to talk? You want me to go? What do you want? So, all right. So, yeah, we have the Everyday Heroes live broadcast, and we try to do the first Thursday of every month. The past couple, it's always on a Thursday night. We get plenty of warning, but I guess we were inspired by this bandwagon that was traveling around the Eastern Division. We were out. I think we're out in EPA or Jersey, and I saw this big wagon with all these patrollers on it going by. I'm like, man, we got to do something like this guy with this crazy mustache, on this wagon. So, a little bit different. We're looking at just kind of big themes. Every show we do is kind of a theme, and we always bring it back to the young adult program. But we have a guest on, and we go live, and We stream on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So a wide spread here. We got the young adults on Instagram watching. We got the older people on Facebook. And for anybody who doesn't have either of those, they can watch it on YouTube later, you know?
Right.
So basically, it's a live show. We have a couple questions. It's more of a conversation, just like we're doing here. And the best part is the viewers chime in, the viewers ask questions, the viewers ask comments. We've had a few guests already. Ethan Baker, a young adult who just graduated this year. We got John Kane on talking about leadership theme that night. So we've had a few guests, and our next one we're pretty excited for is we're gonna have a panel of formerly, like we're talking about those college age patrollers, of former young adults, kind of just talking about their experiences. So we're it's cool. I mean, we're just a couple knuckleheads, on social media, just talking with people, and I think it's a microcosm of the National Ski Patrol, right? We're all patrollers. We're all guys and girls from all over, and you get us on a pair of skis, you get us on the mountain, and we start talking, hanging out, having a good time, and learning from each other. So that's really what the Everyday Heroes live broadcast is all about. So,
hey, I started 5 years ago, the day after Thanksgiving at Sunday River, Maine, and I thought they were going to say, "Who are you? Get out." Let me do one, and then one turned into I don't know how many.
Well, you're doing a huge service to the NSP and the patrollers of the Eastern Division. So that's awesome.
It's a lot of fun, and I couldn't do what we do if you don't get the young adult patrollers out there, because they'll grow up, and then I get to interview them, and they'll be the next John Kane and the next Dave Walker and the next leaders and Chris Pringle and all that of the Eastern Division one day. And when I'll be sitting back and with my cane going, I used to do that. Again, we're here. We'd like to thank Craig Larsen and Chris Tota. I got you backwards here a little bit for just talking to everybody and explaining a little bit about what the young adult patrollers are all about. Hopefully we can recruit a couple for this year. We will be skiing this year, folks. It's a couple weeks away. Pandemic ain't keeping us off the snow. We will be skiing, and we will be doing some training and some programs in some form or fashion to jump on board. Again, log on to www.nsp.org and ask the questions, ask how do I get involved, and you'll be directed on how to get involved. Again, hey, Chris and Craig, thanks for being on the show. And I got to get to as much as I said you got to get to Pennsylvania, I got to get to Wachussett. I think that's the hidden gem.
Right. Let's make it happen.
We're Pennsylvania regulars. Get on up here to New England to Wachussett. Come on, club.
I'm up there.
Awesome.
Hey, folks, I'm Mark Clem, your host for Meet the Members of the National Ski Patrol. The bandwagon's got gas in it. We figured out the social distancing. 2 in the back, 1 in the front. I'll drive you. Shut up. Close your eyes. We'll be at the mountain near you. Again, hey, folks, I'm Mark Clem. We'll see you down the road. Catch you later. Woo! Woo!